All right. So we're back video recording for Tales, Trails, and Taverns this time. Buddy, this is the first time we've jumped on and actually been face to face and not just over the phone recording an episode here, man.
Hell yeah, I'm new to this.
You've done it before.
Me,
You've video recorded with other podcasts, though.
yeah, Kevin from Where the Weird Ones Are and shit.
Yeah, I've done a few of them. I've done a few of these so far. Have you seen the? Well, I think the only one I put on YouTube so far is the Tristan Mason one. I gotta put Heather's up. The episode that came out last week.
I listened to that on Spotify.
Yeah, that was a good episode. She does a lot of crazy stuff, man.
Oh my god, dude!
She was a lot of fun to talk with.
About. What's the deal with that demon house in Connecticut? Fill me in on that.
Yeah, she's planning to go out there and do like a night and do some investigations of paranormal. I don't know much about the Enfield Demon House, honestly. She told me a little bit about it.
Give me the skinny on it.
No, we'll have to dive into that one, man. If she goes out there,
if it's $250 for a night, bro, we should totally jump on that grenade, bro. Like
we should look into it.
Yeah.
I'd hang out there for a night.
Bro, did I tell you in the movie? So in the movie, we changed the podcast scene. We ended up filming it via like phone in Lizzie Borden's house.
Yeah, you showed me the video of that. The little clip you sent me in Lizzie Borden's house. That's awesome.
I think it sprinkled a little more like production value to the movie.
Well, I mean, because you filmed in all kinds of cool places,
Filmed in the Freetown State Forest. I got aerial shots of the ledge. I got a nice night shot. So me and Vaughn went out there when it was just getting really dark, like that golden hour, and we just like went around really really low with like the camera, getting all the gravestones and stuff in the actual pet cemetery.
At the pet cemetery, yeah.
Yeah, and then now you throw in like the Lizzie Borden house, and it's like I really feel like locals are gonna really gravitate towards it because there's so much Fall River sprinkled into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all those really good Fall River spots, man.
Yeah, for paranormal.
Those really good Freetown State Forest.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, especially with all the stuff that's happened out there, man. Like it's worldwide. You know, world known for being one of the most haunted forests.
But nobody's ever done Dick in there, like as far as a movie. No, but you know what I mean.
Besides besides like documentaries and people do like YouTube videos and people doing paranormal investigations out there. Yeah, I don't know any other movie that's been made out there. So you're the first horror movie made in the Freetown State Forest.
Hey, fun facts.
And we're both. Well, you wrote it, you directed it. It's all you, but I got a little bit. I got to be in it.
Yeah, man, you got your cameo.
So awesome. The Tales, Trails, and Taverns podcast is all about it.
Fun fact about the movie was I didn't pull any permits, right? At all.
Okay. Nice.
Because I didn't know how Fall River PD was going to react. And it's a public park that's open 24 hours.
Right.
So, like, typically in the directing world, like in a public park or a public property, you can film.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how they would be about us at nighttime.
Yeah.
And on like the first week we were filming, a cop drove by, right? As like they're setting up the fucking lights and like this is getting staged and that, and it's like, oh boy, here we go. So like this cop rolls up, puts his window down. He's like, "What y'all doing out here? Making a movie?" And we're like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It's like, "Is there any dude?" No word of a lie. He just smiles and says, "I hope there's someone famous in it."
Like, nice.
I'm like, maybe. And he's like, cool. And he like puts his window up and like drove away, dude. That was the only interaction I ever had with a cop in that.
Oh man, that's awesome. Woods.
Yeah, like,
was somebody filming? Did somebody get that on camera?
No, we didn't. We should have.
That would have been good for the documentary.
Like, he didn't give a fuck, dude. I think, honestly, I picked such a like remote spot in those woods
Yeah.
where like nobody really ever goes
Yeah.
that like it just didn't turn into a problem.
That's good. That's cool, man. So, yeah, you got through it with
Everybody
no
keep
keep no
with
permits
no,
pulled.
yeah, no beef.
That's good. That's awesome,
That
man.
was my biggest fear, you know, somebody coming out there and shutting us down, you know.
Yeah.
But once that cop went through and like said that shit, I was like, oh, we're golden.
Yeah. In the clear, man. There you go.
Yeah, man. Kind of sad it's over. You know, it's just hit me now. It's been a week. You get so used to like you kind of get in this like weird routine when you're making a movie,
Yeah.
and then when it's over, you're like now what? You know what I mean?
You got to go back to normal life again now.
Yeah, it goes back to like normal life. You know.
Yeah. So, what else has been going on, man? I know. So we've
I
got.
just started a book. It's supposed to come in tomorrow.
Oh yeah, the new book that I put out. Um,
Yeah,
for those
let's
of you
hear some more.
who are seeing the video, claimed in Stars and Chains.
Bada bada boom.
It's a sci-fi fantasy romance. So if you're into that stuff, you should get a copy of it. So
Is there any like
yep,
does it get explicit? Is
this
there any
it gets
explicit sex
explicit.
scene?
Yeah, I went way overboard with it's not like one of those that's all it is. There is a story, there is a plot line, there is some cool stuff, and it does get into a oh what the hell's the
Guy
word
got like
for
a
it?
hook in
It
like three
turns
balls
it's
and two
there's like
bongs.
it's aliens and there's conspiracies and there's Mandela effect and it does become a bit of a psychological thriller towards the end. So it is interesting beyond just the sex scenes and all that stuff. But yeah, it's I'm
I
trying to
can't
live my
wait.
life like Hank Moody. Ever watch Californication? That show on Showtime
Yes,
back in the day? Yeah,
yes.
I'm trying
Years
to live
ago,
like
dude.
Hank Moody. So I'm trying to write like Hank Moody. That's the goal.
Fuck yeah.
But anyways, man, since we come back after the summer break, after we did all the other stuff that we did, our podcast numbers have been through the roof, man. So thank you guys for listening. It's been amazing.
Yes.
We've been putting
Thank
up
you
big
very much.
numbers, so it's super awesome. And I'm super glad that we've had the guests that we've had on so far, and some of them I've got more guests coming. So it's going to
Craig,
be a
listen, I just thought of this. We
what's
need
that?
to make a Tales, Trails, and Taverns t-shirt, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then on the back, it should say we're kind of a big deal. You know
Listen,
what I'm saying?
we got all kinds of stuff, man. There's a movie
Bro,
coming out thanks to
how
Robert.
dope would that
There's
be?
a book that you can get. We're getting there, man. We're getting to where it's a big deal.
We're kind
Podcast
of a
is getting
big deal.
huge. We're kind of a big deal. Don't just pass us by when we're out hanging out at the paracons and the conventions and the crime con because you were at what was the horror convention you were at this weekend?
Holy fuck. So it was called Silver Scream Con, and it was
Nice.
at the DCU Center in Worcester,
Yep.
and they were so not fucking prepared for that event. Like, I've been to cons before, dude. This con was insane, bro. Like, just to get like a Gatorade and a hot dog for my kid was like a 45-minute wait in the
Yeah.
concession line. To use the ATM, dude, was like a 45-minute wait.
No shit.
And then, like, even the people who worked in the thing were like, oh, there's an ATM across the street at the convenience store. There's a bank like half a mile down the road. Dude, I tried all those places. All the ATMs were out of money. Like, you
Holy
walk
crap.
up to it and it said like error code, not functional. So, like, people literally went over there and pulled all the money
Pulled
out of the
all the money out
ATMs,
of the
dude.
ATMs. That's nuts.
Well, well, because this is the deal, bro. Like, it had the Terrifier people there. So it had Damien Leone and Art the Clown.
Yeah.
So those were heavy hitters. They had Heather Langenkamp, who is the main girl from all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Oh yeah, okay.
the girl who played Nancy, she was there. They had the entire, besides, what the fuck's the name of the girl who plays Cindy in Scream? Really famous
Oh,
actress. Natalie something.
shit. Yeah, I'm terrible with names of actors, so don't
Okay,
wait for me to come
so
up with it.
they had the entire original Scream cast there. So like Matthew Lillard was there,
Holy shit.
Pete Aldrich was there, Rose McGowan was there. So dude, their line was insane. Um, Doug Bradley was there again, Pinhead.
Yeah,
I got to meet him a second time. He had
you
no
get to
idea
see
who
him
the
again.
fuck I was. Yeah.
You're like, at
I
Paracon.
was
I
like,
saw you at
dude,
Paracon.
I met you at
Pen.
Paracon.
He's like,
It's like, I don't
whatever.
remember, man. He's like, what do you, I was like, just sign my lament box.
Right?
The girl, the girl who was in the first and second Hellraiser, who played Christy, she was
Yep.
there.
Nice.
Dude, there was so many heavy hitters. Like Tom Savini was there. Um, just like, dude, I don't think I've ever seen that many like famous people at a convention in my life.
That's awesome.
We ended up, me and my daughter, because my daughter loves Scream. That's like one of her favorite horror movie franchises.
Yep.
So we did everything we needed to do. I had my moment with Damien Leone. I talked to his production people. That was super cool for me to show him my deal, and for
Yeah.
him to like, at first he was like smirking, and then he like stopped smirking, and his eyes got like really like bulgy. And he's like 30 seconds in, he's like, "This is really good. And, like, you should talk to my production guys." And I was like, "Cool, fucking, that's awesome."
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
great.
between all that shit, my daughter wanted to see the Screen people, so I said, "Fuck it, we'll come back tomorrow." Because that line, it was like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and the line was still ridiculous.
No shit.
We went back the next day. We got to see Rose McGowan. We got to see Skeet Ulrich, but they got the line off for the Matthew Lillard line. He had the most people out of everybody, dude. Of all the Scream people,
No kidding.
I think a big part of that is maybe like the Scooby Doo movies and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and like the guy's been in a lot of movies. You
He's
know
been
what I
in a
mean?
ton of movies. Yeah.
But we did get a professional photo op with.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna have to reel it back on these cons moving forward, bro, because
They get expensive, don't
it
they?
they turn into like a $500-600 weekend, bro.
Yeah, I can see
Like
how that easily.
a lot of those people, they charge like a picture autograph combo for like $100.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know
just
what I
think,
mean?
man. A couple years, you might be sitting up in one of those cons, signing autographs,
Dude,
talking to people.
they must make money like gangbusters. If you're standing 2 hours in line to meet these people and they're whacking everyone over the head $100,
Yeah.
they must be
Just,
making fuck tons of money, dude, at those things.
huh? That's awesome.
I mean, why else
That
would
must
they
have been
be there? You know?
right. Yeah. I mean,
Nev Campbell. That's the girl I was thinking of.
okay.
The only one that wasn't there from the original one was
Cindy.
Nev Campbell.
Yeah.
Cindy, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think I didn't do much. Well, I didn't do too much this weekend. I went and hiked. I tried to get some miles in hiking because of the Irreverent Warriors hike that we got Saturday. That'll be a couple days prior to this coming out, but that 10-mile hike and through Norwich is always brutal. So
Yeah, it is.
yeah, so I might throw that out as a short video before Saturday. So if you guys happen to be in the Norwich area and have to see a bunch of Marines running around in short shorts and boots and utes and waving flags and drinking, we're going to be there.
That is us.
That is us, the Irreverent
I'm
Warriors.
intentionally preserving my liver for the next 3 days. I'm
Yeah, I'm gonna
serious, dude. I'm not.
I'm gonna try not to drink too much while we're out hiking. I'm gonna try to remember the entire thing. So if you see us running around, we'll be there. That'll be
Bro,
us.
I don't I don't even know how the fuck it happened, dude. I didn't bring any booze at all. And people were just walking up to me like, boom,
Because
here you go, boom. Like,
everybody walks around with nips in their bag and they just pass them out to everybody else. Like, hey, you have a drink
Like
yet? Here,
it's
take
fucking
this.
candy on Christmas.
It is like candy. It's like eat crayons, drink shots, and hike all day, all day, and just
Dude,
cheer and
thank God they take feeding us seriously.
yeah. I
Because
tried
if
to
I,
get my coworker to go. He's like, I don't know if I could do 10 miles. Like, it's not even that. It's not
because
that hard. There's a
it's
safety
not,
van.
and they break it up too, man. Like I'm still walking my dog 4 miles every day. Like
Yeah. So
so,
Saturday I did almost 9 miles through the Carter Wilderness, which is the place where Robert Peabody died in the Wood River Junction nuclear accident back in 1963. We know we've got an episode about that prior. So I hiked that whole thing and I tried to trace the old building out, walking through the woods, like kind of around the edge, because you could still see the edge of it from like when you look on the GPS map and stuff, you could still see the edge of the old building. So I was like lining it up with a picture of the original building and a picture of the map and you could see the lines in the grass where there's like different types of grass that grow there. I don't know if that's because of the radiation or because of the old foundations or something. Let's hope it's because of the foundations, not the radiation, because I walked all over that thing. And
do you think
and
if
then
you were to go out there with like one of those detectors, like it would probably
no, I think
pick
because they
up?
didn't they opened that up in the 2000s, early 2000s. They opened it back up after they checked it and made sure that there wasn't any radiation left. And they said
Because
that
I rem
you'd get more radiation from eating a banana than you would get from going to Carter Preserve.
Because dude, I'll tell you straight up. One time I went to this is like whatever, but it's random, but not really. I went to a scrap metal yard the day after I had X-rays on my fucking ankle,
Yeah,
and they stopped my car from going in, and they're like, the guy was walking around my truck with like a wand,
it
and
was
I'm
like
like,
detecting
I
the
just
radiation.
yeah, so like I rolled my window down. I was like, "Yo, like, what's the deal? Like, we want to go drop this scrap load off." He's like, "Oh, there's radiation in your thing." And I'm like, radiation? And he's like, did you have an X-ray recently? I says, yeah. Dude, he brought the thing over to my ankle and it went beep, 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 beep. Like it
Oh
went off,
shit.
dude.
Yeah, that's
He was like,
crazy.
oh, okay, you can go inside. But I was like,
Just don't leave your ankle because it's radiated. Can't take
that's
radiated,
why I
so
was,
yeah, that's funny.
yeah, man.
And then Sunday I hiked out to Charles Island, which is off of Milford, and that's where the pirate Captain Kidd supposedly buried his cursed treasure, and you can only go out there during low tide on something called a tombolo, which is a land bridge that only appears at low tides. So as the low tide gets, you see this kind of bridge appear out of the water, and you can walk along it, get out to the island, walk around the island, which is super cool, super creepy. Bunch of weird stuff out there.
Hmm,
And then you gotta walk
that's
back
cool.
before high tide because the water will cut the bridge off and you can't get back. And they said there's really strong undercurrents because of the way the water comes in from both sides. So you got to
Yeah.
get. But people have been trapped out there before, and people have been. Apparently, there was a church group that went out there, and they didn't make it back in time, and they got stuck in a storm, stuck on the island, and had to ride the storm out. It was
Jesus
back like
Christ.
in the 1920s or something like that, but it was very cool. It was very cool to see. I wanted to see it for a while. Um, Tristan had reminded me of it because he wrote a story about it in his book, or is writing a story about it for his book,
Fuck yeah.
and so that reminds me, we did jump on here to do an episode, not just jibber jabber the whole time.
I was gonna say, did you have anything on the docket tonight, or is
I
this
do, yeah, yeah. So I went on a haunted tour. It's a haunted history tour of downtown Westerly, and I did it with the Seaside Shadows. And the guy AJ who did the tour, very informative kid, knew all kinds of stuff. Not only knew all the stuff that he was supposed to know about the tour, because it's like it's a 2 hour tour through downtown Westerly, and they tell you all the different places and all the different ghost stories about Westerly. They also do this in Mystic and the Mystic Graveyard. They also have a pub crawl, so we should try to do that at some point. Do the haunted
okay?
pub crawl, right? In Mystic. But anyways, and not only did he sit there and talk to take us on the entire tour on a Sunday night, the whole 2-hour tour. But then afterwards, I sat there, me and him talked about ghost stories for another 30, 45 minutes after the tour, you know?
Sweet.
So he's very informative, knew a lot. He talked a lot about King Philip's War and the Indian Wars in Connecticut, Uncas and the whole Pequot Wars of that area. But
No shit.
one of the things that they did bring up was all the hauntings in the different buildings in downtown Westerly because of the hurricane of 1938. And so that's what I wanted to talk about tonight.
Okay.
Was the hurricane, because there is some creepy shit that has to do with the hurricane.
All right, preach.
So, the Great Hurricane in 1938, Westerly's darkest day. The morning of September 21st, 1938 began like so many others in Westerly, Rhode Island. The late summer sun rose warm over the Pawcatuck River. That's the river right here downtown. Fishermen tended their nets and shopkeepers opened their doors downtown. At Misquamicut and Watch Hill, the hotels and cottages still bustled with vacationers enjoying the last days of the season. So September 21st, that's... oh shit, okay, so we're coming up on that. This was a good time to actually do that. Actually, well, it'll be Sunday, right? So when this comes out, it'll be the 22nd. So this is almost... we almost dropped this episode on the anniversary. I did not intend to do that either. I just realized that.
Dude, my grandparents talked about the hurricane of '38 so much when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Like,
it was either the hurricane or it was the blizzard, right?
The '77 blizzard.
Yeah, the blizzard. Yeah, 78.
Or
Yep.
'78, yeah.
Swear. Few had any idea that by evening, much of their world would be swept into the sea. Weather reports spoke of rain and wind perhaps, but nothing unusual. The science of storm tracking was still primitive. Forecasters in Washington believed a hurricane off the Atlantic would turn eastward and blow itself harmlessly out to sea, as so many often do. But no one realized it was racing straight towards southern New England faster than any storm ever recorded in the region. So the hurricane struck on September 21st, 1938, making landfall as a Category 3 storm. That's crazy. So by mid-morning, the air grew heavy, clouds thickened, and the sea took an eerie steel-gray hue. The waves rose higher and higher, slamming into the dunes at Misquamicut. And so Misquamicut Beach is like 5 miles from here. I'm not that far away at all. This is all about downtown. Locals noticed that the tide was creeping at a strange, unnatural pace, but there was little time to ponder. The hurricane, at that point, was already upon them. At 2:30 p.m., the first howling gusts reached Westerly. Within the hours, winds screamed at over 120 miles per hour, ripping roofs from houses and shattering windows. Yep, massive trees, some older than the town itself, cracked and toppled like matchsticks. And then came the true terror. The water. So most of Westerly is so low that it's crazy how low we are to the water. I think if I walked to the river, it's maybe like 40 feet, 30 feet, something like that.
Below
I mean, it feels
sea level?
down to sea level. Like from here, I mean, I got to go down the hill about a mile, and it feels like it's probably 30 or 40 feet, I think, but it's not much. And then downtown Westerly is right on the river. Like downtown Westerly and Pawcatuck straddle the Pawcatuck River.
Yeah.
So a storm surge estimated between 12 and 17 feet roared inland. It swept through Misquamicut with unimaginable force, tearing entire homes from their foundations and hurling them into the churning surf. Hotels and beach cottages disintegrated as if they were made of paper. The grand resort area of Watch Hill was devastated, its elegant summer homes reduced to piles of splintered timber. Watch Hill is right on the water, too. There's nothing there that's blocking the ocean from Watch Hill. Downtown Westerly fared little better. The Pawcatuck River overflowed, flooding storefronts and carrying boats into the streets. The railroad tracks twisted into useless metal ribbons, cutting the town off from the outside world. Cars were overturned, telephone poles snapped, and power lines sparked in the floodwaters. Those who survived remember the sound, the shrieking wind, the relentless pounding of the sea, and the cries of neighbors struggling against the water. Some clung to trees and rooftops for hours as the storm raged. Others were not so fortunate. Dozens were swept away, their bodies never recovered. Westerly would record one of the highest death tolls in all of New England that day. They took it Westerly took the hurricane of 38 tough.
Sounds like it.
By nightfall, the storm had moved on, racing north into Vermont and beyond, but Westerly was left in ruin. Families wandered the wreckage of their homes, searching for loved ones. Fires broke out where gas lines had ruptured, adding to the destruction. That's not fun.
No.
The once vibrant beaches of Mesquamacut were now wastelands of sand and shattered timber. Watch Hill's grand skyline was gone. So this is, when they say Watch Hill's grand skyline, like Napa Tree Point, where we walk out to Fort Mansfield, there was houses all along that that point there. And I think, if I remember correctly, if I remember from the episode we did about Fort Mansfield, it was 49 houses that were washed right off the beach by that hurricane. Westerly, especially Watch Hill and Mesquamacut Beach, was almost entirely destroyed by the surge. Dozens of beachfront homes, hotels, and cottages were swept away. The Watch Hill Carousel, one of the oldest in the country, barely survived, though much of the surrounding area was obliterated. That is still there. The Watch Hill Carousel is still there. It's the oldest swinging carousel still in operation in America.
Really?
So swinging
That's pretty cool.
It doesn't have you know how most carousels have the pole that go all the way to the bottom and the top? It's got the bottom that rotates with it. This one has just got the horses that hang from the ceiling and they swing. And so as the thing spins, you actually swing out. That's kind of cool.
Wacky.
Yeah. It's the only one I've ever seen like that. That's not very high. Like you're the normal height of a carousel, but like as it swings, you kind of move. All the kids kind of move 2 or 3 feet out as the thing swings you around, like spins.
Yeah.
You know. So they've got this little game where they have like gold rings or something. I can't remember if they give the kids the rings and they gotta put it on this thing as they go by or catch them or something like that. You'd have to see it. It's kind of interesting.
Sounds cool.
And boats were tossed inland and smashed into buildings while the Pawcatuck River overflowed its banks, flooding downtown Westerly. In the days that followed, the true scale of the tragedy became clear. At least 50 lives were lost in Westerly alone. Rhode Island as a whole had suffered hundreds of deaths, and thousands were left homeless. The town's coastline was forever changed, its geography reshaped by the violent hand of the sea. So that's true, because Sandy Point is now an island, and it was not before. Sandy Point and Napa Tree Point were connected together. Yeah. And then the hurricane of 38 breached it, and now they're not connected. Now Sandy Point's an island.
Fucking wacky.
Yeah. Even now, more than 80 years later, the storm of 1938 is remembered as Westerly's darkest day. Old-timers still tell stories of how quickly the sky darkened, how the ocean swallowed whole streets, and how the town mourned its dead. And then when the winds rise and the tides surge high, some say you can still feel the echoes of that terrible afternoon, when the hurricane came with no warning and Westerly faced the sea's unrelenting fury.
Well, that's very great.
So, in downtown Westerly, let me see if I had... So what they're telling me, down in Napa Tree Point, there were 49 houses that were swept out to sea. I think 15 people who lived on the point were killed. There was a story about a family, a woman and her kids, who clung to a piece of driftwood and were actually swept over to Connecticut, where they were picked up after the storm.
Jeez.
And then the guy from the Seaside Shadows was talking about the old... the hell is it? The old town hall that's right in downtown Westerly. It functions like an extra building now. But apparently, after the storm, after they started collecting all the bodies, they brought them to the old town hall and to the library. Because the library is one of the biggest buildings in downtown. Yeah. I want to say it was Mrs. Wilcox who gave all her money to the town after when she passed away. She willed all her money to the town to build a park and to build a library. Or she built a library, I can't remember exactly. But anyways, they started bringing all the dead and all the people who were wounded and sick and homeless. They brought them to the library and to the town hall. And so there's a bunch of ghost stories now about you can see people. Sometimes you can see shadows walking through the old town hall when there's nobody in there. They don't use it for anything but storage now. And so sometimes you could see people walking back and forth in the upstairs windows. And then the one that's really interesting is in the library, apparently sometimes wet footprints appear in the library for no reason.
Wow.
and they say that it's the spirits
The
of the
ghost.
people who were there who were killed in the hurricane are still walking around either looking for their families or looking for the dead or trying to find out where they are. And so they're walking around leaving wet footprints in the library.
That's
Super
freaking
creepy because
creepy.
I've never, I've heard a lot of ghost stories. I've never heard about wet footprints. Maybe I have, but none that I can recall.
Yo, when you were doing that interview with Heather and she talked about like the Civil War guy that was wet all the
Yeah.
time. That's the
Oh,
first
yeah,
thing I
yeah.
thought of. She said he was like soaking wet every time she
Yeah,
saw him.
yeah. She didn't say he left wet footprints though. So that's
No.
that's definitely one that I've never heard before is, you know, wet footprints where the ghosts were walking around. And so yeah, it destroyed Napa Tree Point. It destroyed because I don't know if you remember when we did that episode, we talked about Mansfield. So after they shut the base down, they started building housing along Fort Road, which basically went down the sandbar, down Napa Tree Point. They
Mm-hmm.
put a shit ton of houses out there.
Nice
And they
little
were
summer
trying,
cottages.
yeah, and they were trying to put affordable housing out on Sandy Point, which Sandy Point is nothing but a sandbar. Like it's a sandbar island out there.
Mm-hmm.
But once that hurricane came, it cut off. I think they said there were 3 breaches in the point after that hurricane. So not only did it cut off Sandy Point, but they had 2 other breaches through the middle of Napa Tree that I assume they ended up filling back in, or it filled back in the tide.
Well, that's wacky.
Ever since then, now Sandy Point is an island. Napa Tree Point
Mm-hmm.
only goes out to where the old Fort Mansfield was, and you can.
You said on some days when the tide is low, you can look at the whole thing.
There's one of the batteries that was really far down near the beach. Apparently, I've not seen it myself. I've not confirmed this, but apparently, at really, really low tides, you can still see parts of that battery that was on the beach. Because the beach itself has moved back 200 feet since 1938. You know,
Damn.
whole of Napa Tree has actually been pushed back quite a bit. It's got a nice curve to it now,
Yeah.
which it might not have had back. Fucking shifting sands, man, out here on the out here in the ocean. These little beach towns, shit
Shit's for
shifts
real,
and moves
man.
all the time. I mean, it was just was it last winter or the winter before? We had a really bad storm, and the Charlestown Breachway had a breach in it. It was completely destroyed on one side, and it actually exposed another pirate ship, or another not pirate ship, but another shipwreck.
Yeah, like Fort Mansfield when you're walking around Napa Tree Point, it has the sign that shows you like the recession over the years.
Yeah, yep,
You see that a lot in the Cape. There's a lot
yeah,
of beaches that track that too.
yeah. I mean, the Cape is just a big sandbar too, for most of it.
I
A lot
love
of
though when you
a lot
get
of
to like
moving water on the Cape. Yeah,
one of my most favorite places is like when you get to like Wellfleet and then like Metro,
yeah,
and you're literally driving on Route 6 and there's ocean on both sides of you. You know
yeah.
what I'm talking about, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's probably my favorite part of the Cape too. It's just the road, and there's nothing else there. There's
Except
those little
ocean, like
cottages.
literal.
Yeah, you know where like those little cottages are right along that stretch.
Yeah, by Truro.
Yeah, those it's like nothing but water on either side of you, and then there's those little cottages, little line of cottages out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're like they're like Home Depot sized cottages, like Home Depot shed
Right?
cottages. Yeah,
Like those pre-made sheds you buy.
absolutely.
Fucking
All right, man. Yeah, so Seaside Shadows, look them up if you haven't seen them already. They're an awesome group. I did their what was it? It was at Tapped Apple. They had like they did like a spooky story night. They gave you a flight of ciders. It
Was
was
your
super
son
good.
with you?
No, no, no. This was a bar thing. Like you bought a ticket.
Oh,
It's for
okay.
adults. They give you. What's funny is I had a date for it, right? And then she bailed like last minute. She was like, she had a problem with her eye or something like that. So she bails on me last minute. And I'm like, well, I'm still going, you know. So I went.
Yeah.
I'm And I sat down. I found a little table. And I sat down, and I went up there, and I was like, "Well, I got 2 tickets, so I get 2 flights, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And so I got 2 flights of ciders, and I got hammered.
Uh, yeah, that adds up.
Yeah,
But you can't, bro. It's like, when you get a buy one get one or something like that, you can't pass up on a good deal.
I mean, I paid for them. You know what I mean? I had a second.
Yeah,
I had 2 tickets. I already paid for the whole thing. I didn't have anybody with me, so I'm
fuck it.
drinking for two. That's what I said.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. So
Do you want to hear something? Oh, okay. I don't know.
I was gonna say, I was going to I plan to bring on Christine from Sasquatch and Sourdough. I think she's gonna be the next
Okay.
guest for the next episode, hopefully, because we had scheduled to record and then it had to get pushed back. So hopefully it doesn't get pushed back again. Fingers crossed. We'll have her on for the next
Yep.
episode. So, anyways, that's all I was gonna say. What you got?
No, I mean, I know earlier we were talking about like the movie and your book and stuff and all that stuff we got going on right now. Funny thing was, the one night where Bruce actually like reached out to me
Yeah,
was a night that we weren't filming.
really,
Dude, he sent me a text at like midnight one night, and he was like, "What the hell are you guys doing out there? I hear like gunshots and people screaming and
really.
like cars burning tires." And he's like, "What the fuck's going on?" I'm like, "Dude, I have
Oh,
no
but
idea.
you
We're not
weren't
even
you weren't out there that
we
night.
weren't even we weren't filming that night. So like something wacky
Oh wow,
was
what's going on?
was hap yeah, dude. And I don't know what the fuck it was. He heard it.
Yeah. So you were telling me before that some weird shit did some weird shit happen while you guys were out there filming in the
Oh
Freetown
yeah,
State Forest?
batteries would drain like that.
Yeah,
Like literally, they were like, "How in the fuck did this camera battery is good for 6 hours, and I've only been filming for 30 minutes."
yeah. That's a pretty normal
So
paranormal
batteries
activity.
were like we was going through batteries like crazy, bro. Like we had they were noiseless generators, so they
Yeah.
they were non-gas powered generators.
Okay.
And that was one of the biggest things was we went through batteries like crazy. Um, the little like logistically to actually film the kill scenes and the cult scenes and all that shit. Somebody's
Yeah.
coming in the room. Either
That's
that
right.
or you have a ghost.
No, that's my son.
Okay, we didn't just catch something paranormal.
No, he was just looking in to see if we were still in here, still recording.
So yeah, we went through batteries like crazy. Um, there was plenty of nights where we heard gunshots, like really close too.
Really?
Yeah, there was one night where we did go all the way down and we made it to like the crossroads is what we called it. And fucking the guys claimed they saw a UFO. Like they took a picture, they videotaped it. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Can you get
The
that
fun.
videotape? Send it to me.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Vaughn put it on his Facebook, so I
Oh,
could
did he?
easily
Okay.
share. Yeah, I could share that to you. It's weird, dude. It's like a weird floating object that's like not explainable at all
That's awesome.
that they caught in the middle of the Freetown State Forest at
I
night.
mean, you can't make this stuff up, man. Like
No, dude.
Freetown
It,
is known for
it's
this, and then you guys are out there filming and you see it firsthand.
it's funny. We had this like so when we staged the actual spot where we were like in the pet cemetery. Because, dude, to haul all that equipment and then to haul it back and then constantly be running for batteries, wasn't feasible to operate
Yeah.
like do that movie like that.
Yeah.
Um, so like we had the makeshift area of the pet cemetery, and then so like we had these little spots because the tiki torches, for some reason we couldn't stick them in the ground, so we made these like rock piles, which a lot of people believe. I don't know if you've ever heard the lore. If you see a bunch of piles of rocks, usually that's like an Indian burial ground. Have you ever heard
Oh,
that before?
okay. Not that specifically, but I've heard stuff similar to that. Yeah.
So like we made these rock piles to be able to stick the tiki torches in.
Yeah.
And then like the last week of us shooting, like every day we would show up there, the rock piles, somebody would kick them apart. We wrapped a chain around one of the trees where we were doing a lot of the kill scenes. Somebody stole the chain on the last week.
Stole the chain.
Stole the fucking chain, bro.
That's a weird thing to steal.
Because when we started the movie, we started with my kill scene, right?
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
only got like 50% of it. Because
Shit.
like the first night was just wacky. It was, dude, we didn't get to the woods till like 1 a.m. Like we filmed that shit literally till like 6:37 when the sun was coming up.
That's crazy.
But like, so when we ran it back on pickup week, which was the week 4, which we called pickup week, so like anything we missed because of a rain day or just like scheduling it didn't work or whatever, we ran my kill scene back, and they smothered me in fake blood. I mean, like big time, bro. Like
That's
they
awesome.
smothered me in fake blood. They made the special effects chick, she's awesome, dude. She made like a complete rubber composite of like my chest and my stomach. So there's a scene where you probably saw it in the reel that I sent you where they slice and then the guts fall.
Yeah. It shows a
That
quick
was
second of that.
that was that was just for now. There's actually a scene where you're gonna see where I'm gonna get sliced, and it's a green screen, but they're gonna mold it into the shot,
Yeah.
and you're gonna actually see my guts go like out of my stomach like hot dog bites.
Oh, that's
You get
awesome.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but to sort of anyway, to make a long story short, I was smothered in fake fucking blood. They kept putting fake blood in my mouth, and like, because they cut the tongue, so I had to like, like gargle it out.
Yeah.
So they put pizza boxes all on the fucking ground where all the fake blood was falling,
Huh.
right?
Yeah.
We forgot to grab the pizza boxes the night we left. We showed up the next day on site. I shit you not, Joe. Somebody nailed the bloody pizza boxes to the tree that I got
Oh, God.
murdered on. I don't know who
Seriously.
the fuck did it, dude, but like,
That's crazy.
can you imagine some hiker walking through there and they see like pizza boxes near a tree with with what looks like real blood on it?
Right. Yeah. Right there. Because it's. Oh, shit. You're right there on the side of the road where you're filming that scene.
Yeah,
Right on the side of a dirt road. There are people
like
going.
bro,
I
I don't
mean,
know
there
about
was a lot of people going through there too.
you, dude, but like what I'm saying is like I don't know anybody. Like if I saw boxes with what looked like blood on them, I wouldn't
Yeah,
fucking
I
fuck
don't
with
know that
that
I would have
shit.
picked them up and then nailed them to a tree. That
Yeah, these
seems
people
nuts.
were. Yeah, they nailed the shit to a tree. There was one scene where we filmed where we were on the road, and it was the
Yeah.
satanic cult coming out of the woods
Yeah.
onto the road, and it was the funniest thing. It was probably like 1, 2 in the morning, and we're filming that scene, right? And off in the distance, we see like a Jeep coming, and we got it lit, and we got like the satanic cult with their masks and their robes and stuff.
Yeah.
This motherfucker, man, slammed on the brakes. You hear slams on the brakes, bro. Chucks it in reverse. He like backs up and then like you just like
Oh my God.
dude, like whatever, dude. We freaked him the fuck out. You know what
You
I mean?
you're gonna see that story on Reddit at some point. Like, I was driving through Freetown State Forest. I saw a bunch of satanic
Like,
worshipers.
dude, that guy saw what we were
Pizza
doing and he
boxes
didn't
covered in
want.
blood.
He didn't want nothing to do with us, dude.
Oh my God.
He fit and did a fucking 3-point turn like that, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah, man, we had a lot of fucking fun out there, but some wacky shit happened. Like I said, with the blood covered pizza boxes and the fucking.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Um, for some reason, somebody that last week of that shoot kept kicking all the rocks all over the fucking place. I don't know what
Some
was
people
going
hate
on.
seeing stacked rocks, man. Some people don't like that shit at all.
Whoever it was didn't like it because they just kept fucking with it.
They really had a thing against that. Huh?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But dude, just even like there were some guys that were like, you call them grips, like guys that like are gophers. They'll go and run and grab batteries, or they'll go set this light up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bro, like when I would go to set the set, because a lot of the shit was in my truck for the set. Like I'd bring this guy, and his name was Andre, right? And we would go, and we like as they're doing hair and makeup, their show time for the set is like 8. So we would try to get there at 6:37 to set the set up while we still had sunlight. That guy, when I got done finishing the set, and I'm like, yo, I gotta go back and pick up my kid and all this shit. He's like, oh hell no. He's like, you ain't leaving me out here alone. Like, dude, he would
He
not
didn't
stay
like
out
it. Huh?
there alone, bro. He did not like it. There was several guys like that, bro. Like they did, if they were showing up to the set, they're like, "You're coming with me," or like, "Who's there? Is somebody there already?" Like, people did not want to be at that set alone, dude. It was
Oh, that's funny.
wacky.
I don't blame
Yeah,
him, man.
man.
The woods are creepy out there. The woods are wild out there, man. Especially if
Yeah,
they're
dude.
catching videos of aliens or fucking UFOs and shit, man.
Oh, bro, I'm definitely when this conversation's over, I'm gonna share that with you on your Facebook. It's been weird. I can't explain it.
Okay, yeah. Send it to me. I'll put it.
I mean, I
I want to
really
see it.
like wish we could have, for the integrity of the film, I wish we could have actually filmed a lot of that in the Pet Cemetery. But dude, it would have took like 3 months to make that movie. It would
Yeah,
have
because
took
I mean,
so much time.
how far is the cemetery? Cemetery is like a what, half mile or a
Half a
mile in?
mile.
Yeah, half
So
mile
you're
in.
going a half a mile with that fucking heavy, big ass equipment, and then a half a mile out.
Yeah, no,
Like we
it's too
tried
much.
it one night. We tried it one fucking night. I bought those nice like heavy duty carts from like Harbor Freight to put all the
Yeah,
equipment on it,
yeah,
and it was just a fucking shit
it's
show,
too
bro.
much.
Just getting to the crossroad before you get to the pet cemetery, just running that cart back and forth all night, dude. We just came to a unanimous decision. We're just gonna fucking. This is gonna be the pet cemetery, and that's the way it is. Like it has to be that way. Dude,
Awesome,
we
man.
got a good shot of the actual pet cemetery that's going to be in the beginning of the movie,
Yeah,
but we couldn't truly use the real pet cemetery just for logistical reasons. But yeah,
I
man, that
gotcha.
was common. Like batteries dying, lights that like normally same thing. You on a full charge will get 5-6 hours would be dead in like an hour.
Yeah,
So they were changing lights out like crazy, bro.
that's nuts.
It's like I think you said it best, man. Like energy eats that shit up. Paranormal energy, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's trying to feed off of
That's
that
my
shit.
that's my only explanation, dude. My phone would die every night.
Really?
Everybody's phone was like dead by the end of the night because we'd usually wrap like 2, 3 in the fucking morning,
Yeah,
and like everybody's phone would be dead.
that's
So
crazy.
there's something there, man.
Yeah. No, they don't have that reputation for nothing, man. Them woods, fucking Freetown State Forest.
It's
That's cool,
wacky,
man.
dude.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see it, man. I can't wait to see the whole movie.
It's gonna take a couple months, but
No, I know, I know.
to do it right, you know what I mean? What I love about it is like it starts off it's a real movie, real footage, right?
Yeah,
You got Mike Hill scene. Then we got the scrolling opening that I put, right? Then we got the beautiful aerial shots we got with the drone of the ledge.
yeah,
Like that shot you saw at the end of my teaser reel, that's from a drone
right.
where it says the res and you see like the ledge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a drone, bro. And then we're gonna throw in with the drone shots. We're gonna throw in that creepy kind of like moving through the mist type of stuff that we did
Yeah.
with the camera through the pet cemetery. But then after that, it goes to like Blair Witch style, like paranormal activity type of film
Right.
because it's the podcasters and
Yeah.
yeah, so they're doing their podcast thing. The guys that are based on me and you,
Yeah.
and like it starts at Battleship Cove. They got a beautiful shot of like Battleship Cove.
Oh, that's cool.
There, yeah, and the Braga Bridge. Then it goes to Lizzie Borden. Like they actually went out to Lizzie Borden and Andrew Borden's grave in Oak
Yeah.
Grove Cemetery,
Okay.
and they set a bunch of those like battery operated candles all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And then it's the night at the bed and breakfast at the Lizzie Borden house. So there's gonna be that scene alone added like another 10 minutes to the movie. And so you're gonna get that, right? And then once the podcast scene is done, it goes back to like a normal movie again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a lot of like switching of cinematography, which I think is gonna look and feel really cool to the viewer, you know what I mean?
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be cool. I like it. I like the style.
Hopefully. I watched Blair Witch Project about a week ago,
Did you? Does it still hold
and
up?
it still fucking holds up, dude. It's spooky.
Yeah. They did a good job with that. I liked it. That freaked me out. That movie freaked me out.
Oh
Especially with
yeah, I
somebody
mean, especially
as much time as I spend in the woods or spent in the woods even as a kid after dark and shit that got to me.
I think you said it best too. It's like you never really see a monster or anything. It's
Yeah,
just left.
they don't
Some
there's no monster, yeah.
sometimes movies are best left to like interpretation like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cuz what was that movie that just did that Bird Box, right? They just did
I think
that
so.
was a few
Yeah,
years ago. That was like 5 6 years ago now, I think, but they didn't show there was no you never saw the monster. You never saw whatever it was, and it was supposed to be your worst fear or something like that personified. That's what it looked like. So that's the impression that they gave, and then they never actually showed anything. And I had heard somewhere that they had wanted to do some type of monster based on Sandra Bullock's character, like what she feared, but they scrapped
yeah,
it because they were like, if we do that, it's gonna just blow the whole thing out. It's not gonna be scary anymore. You know?
yeah, man. I mean, sometimes like the unknown is like more scarier than like knowing. You know?
Right. I'll tell you one quick story about not knowing what something is in the woods after dark before we wrap this episode up. So I was out I
Yeah,
used to go hunt I used to hunt a lot when I was in North Carolina. There was one time I was out there on the trail and I was way out in the woods in a spot that I'd never been before, and I was way out in the middle of the woods and I had found like a game trail. And so I was sitting on a game trail up against a tree and just waiting for something to come along, for a deer to come along. Well, it was getting dark, and it was at the point where like the sun had been going down for a little bit, so it was too dark to shoot at this point. But I was just sitting there going, "All right, well, it's about time. I got to get going." Like, all right, I got to stand up and start walking out. I start hearing something coming down the game trail, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this thing is whatever this is it's coming right for me. It's just cruising right down the game trail." And I didn't know, in the fall when you hear something rummaging around in the crisp leaves, like you have no idea how big it is. And so whatever this thing was, it's coming right down this trail. And I'm like, so I mean, I got the gun out because if it's getting to the point where it's too dark to shoot a deer, but it could be
mm-hmm.
anything. It could be a bear, it could be a cougar, you know, could be something menacing, could be another person for all I know. And then around the corner comes a possum just walking down the walking down the trail, walks right up, and he's probably like 3 or 4 feet when he notices me, and then stops, looks at me, hisses, and then takes off. I'm like, "Hi, buddy. Sorry. All right, it's time to go." But yeah, the unknown,
Hey
man.
man,
The unknown, man, is
yeah,
fearful. puts the fear in you. But
Fucking
anyways,
A.
that'll be it for tonight. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Obviously, follow us on
If you
social
haven't gone
media.
out there and get the book, go get it.
Go get the book. Make sure you follow us, follow Rob, to know when the movie's going to come out, because that's going to, I guarantee we're going to put that thing all over social media,
Fuck
right?
yeah.
All over the place. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you happen to have seen us in Norwich, we're out there,
We'll be out there.
But
We may
yeah,
be
guys.
inebriated, but
don't judge us too harshly if you happen to have seen us in Norwich.
dude, we need to have like a bet, like a over and under. When does Lewis break?
When does he start drinking? Yeah, we'll talk about that.
I guarantee you he gets alcohol in his system before we leave at 8.
I guarantee as soon as he sees Batchelder, Batch is gonna get him to drink. That's my guess. But
There's no way he's doing a 10-mile hike fucking sober.
right. Yeah. So yeah, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming here every week and giving us the good ear, you know what I mean? We're blessed.
Fucking A.
We're happy to have you. All right, Rob, guys, have a nice night. Get out there and find your spirits, because that's what we're going to be doing.
Salute.
Right on.